So let us talk about ASEAN's commitment. Unity, shared values, reaffirmed during the 46th summit in Kuala Lumpur. But an integral part of this cohesiveness is to ensure that we remain true to our ideals. A community that focuses on responsible and good governance. At the core of this good governance and good governance is to be accountable. Okay, we talk about inclusivity, sustainability, yes. But if you look at the ASEAN Community Vision 2045, the premise is, of course, a responsible and good governance that represents the conscience of the majority of our people, who wants to rid the country of excesses, endemic corruption, and waste. That is why I strongly support ASEAN audit institutions to implement this vision. And more so because we have this woman of steel to head as auditor-general. Extremely tough and unpopular. It doesn't matter because she's not contesting in the elections. Or at least for now, I don't know about the future. So now we extend beyond this about upholding the highest standards of transparency and accountability, and through this, strengthen anti-corruption frameworks, again, through the independence of auditors and regulators. Now, auditors in the past, including the big audit firms, are not entirely free from being the target due to excesses. You know that here in this country, and of course, if you look at the more developed industrialized economies, there has been complicity at times. If you look at, for example, the story of the 1MDB scandal, complicity of the big audit firms. So, it's not a matter of hectoring by them or lecture. We have it enough. So we have to prepare to face the challenges in our country and in our region. That is why, to my mind, it's a particularly important endeavor that audit institutions to be empowered to operate independently and to follow the trail of accountability wherever it leads. Now, having said that, I'm telling you as Prime Minister, it's not easy. Particularly, we have a tough DG like this. But she's doing her job. That is why I've mentioned this to my cabinet colleagues. Even I don't determine what should be the results of the priority. They briefed me, of course, recently, last 2 weeks or so, about the report. But brief, not for me to go and interfere and change the report. I said, brief me just before I present the report to the cabinet to be presented to the parliament for an open public debate. That is what we mean by good governance and transparency. Now, and this ultimately will strengthen governance and integrity and will be reflected in sustained improvement, again, to the corruption perception index. So let me give you this encouragement. You want to see the future of ASEAN is this cohesiveness. This is trust. This is a bond that would want to showcase the region, the most peaceful region in the world right now, and the fastest growing economy in the world. It's 650 million people. but to showcase, not because of numbers, not because of our economic strength, but because we represent a region that's peaceful and that honors good principles of good governance and accountability.